is it that even though we tell people what we want them to do, it isn't always happening? So what is it that actually happens, and how does sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't? Well, it's important to understand, especially as a business owner, but maybe even more importantly, if you're a parent, you probably kind of understand this intuitively, is that in the end, we don't actually have control over what anybody does. No matter what our role is, in the end, they are the one that actually has control over the actions that they take. So how do we tell people what we want them to do in a way that's going to get them to take action and take the action that we want them to take? So this is so important in our business, whether we're talking to our employees, our business partners, associates, to our children at home, to a committee that we're on, anything, it's important to find a way to do this. So I want to introduce you to a concept that just really blew my mind. And it's when I heard somebody talk about delegating the anxiety. We've all heard about delegating the authority and things like that, but what about delegating the anxiety? It's totally a different concept. So let me give you a couple of statements that you might use when you were expressing how you feel about something or an action that you might be taking, and how they think about how they sound different. So I should have done X versus I could have done X. Another example to show you just some contrast here is I want to do that versus I need to do that. So where the anxiety fits or lands for getting that done is shifted by how I phrase the conversation. So let me give you an example of how this might work in your workplace and how you might be able to think about this the next time that you try to go into your team and get them motivated to take action and really take ownership of the actions they need to take to get the results that the company needs to get. So instead of coming in and saying, we need to meet X, Y, let's say a $2 million goal by the end of this year. And I need you guys to each make approximately 20 prospecting calls twice a day to get this done, to get to our goal. This is what we've calculated. So that's what we've determined you need to do. Now I want you guys to go and execute on it. And then boot them out the door. Try something a little bit different. Walk into the room and frame the conversation in this way. I'm not sure how we're going to achieve our goal of $2 million this quarter. But what I am sure of is that we have the right people for the job right here in the room. Then let the conversation evolve from there. So what have we done? We've actually effectively delegated the anxiety. Instead of you coming up with that and giving them just actions to take, we've actually delegated that to them. And you may already have some ideas in mind about the actions you can take, but if you plant that seed in that way, it's actually going to let them know that you believe in them, which is going to help them believe in themselves. It's going to help them get excited and really pumped up, just like any great team would when they have a coach come in and really tell them, I know you guys can do this. I know you can walk onto the court and you guys can win this game. It really, kind of frames the anxiety as being theirs and letting them take ownership of that before you start giving them action items and stuff like that, or even letting them contribute to those action items some. So think about how you could actually shift and delegate that anxiety in order to help you leverage those teammates and get stuff done in your business by letting them decide to take action.